Are here on this platform and you've been with me for a couple of times already, also make yourself known and let yourself be seen and witnessed, and let's dive into this place very, very shortly. Okay, I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Just because there are sometimes some wind blowing towards me. I've got the fan, so I'm just going to move it in a bit and then make sure that you can hear me properly. All right? Okay. All right. Lynn, second time? Yes. It's been a while from the Netherlands. Amazing. Maggie, welcome. All right, so let's take a moment. Let's take a moment here to ground, to come fully into this beautiful space that we are sharing our presence with each other. And let me just make sure that you are having the most beautiful sound system and everything as well. I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. All right. So let's take a moment. Let's take a moment here. Let me pull up some music. If you can join us, that would be amazing. If you are walking or if you're driving, I wouldn't recommend this. So allow yourself to make the decision that serves you best today. And let's move into our bodies for a moment here. Allow your tailbone to sink down. If you're standing, you can perfectly allow yourself to do so as well as when you are sitting down. So whichever position you're in, this will be able to be so powerful for you. Simple but so powerful. So allow yourself to just close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, allow your tailbone to sink down. So much so that your spine rises up on its own from that anchored point of your tailbone. And take a deep breath into your belly. Allow that space to really expand with your presence, which is your breath, guided by your breath. Allow that to expand into the solar plexus, stretch it open. And exhale into the ground, into the earth. Allow your spine to be long, allow your arms to be long, allow your legs to be long, allow gravity to almost pull you, but it's a very gentle anchoring, a gentle letting go of the body. Allow yourself to turn inward now. Allow the light to enter through your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Let it come through the skin and the bones into the center of your forehead, the center of your entire head, the center of your brain. Allow the light to expand here now. Let it reach the ceiling of your mind, the ceiling of your head, and penetrate through the skull into the cosmos up above. Open the crown. Open the crown as you did. You opened your third eye. And let the light pour down into the base of your skull. If you're finding it difficult to anchor into this space, you can simply just roll your physical eyes up and feel the tension pulling from the center of your head all the way into the base of the skull. Allow your ears, allow your deep listening to be activated so that you turn your listening inward as well as you turn your gaze inward. Activating the portal into the shimmering quantum field within. You are the cosmos. You are a cosmic being. There is no separation between you and your divinity. Allow the light to really take up space and feel the light pouring down now from the top of your head into the space that is known as your mouth, all the way down into the throat, down the front of your chest. Let your sternum be expressed. Let your heart be open, shoulder blades back, lean backward, allow your spine to be straight and elastic and fluid, supporting you as you open your chest, open your heart up. That's right, don't be afraid to fall. Keep leaning against your spine. Open the solar plexus as though you are reaching up towards the sun, opening your solar plexus up to face the sun. The power of the 1,000 suns, the great central sun pouring down upon you always. Stretch open your abdomen, stretch open that lower dantian, the elixir field. Let the energy of the sun pour right in. Let your crystalline body be activated. Keep your tailbone down all at once. Continue to keep it down. Let yourself be anchored deep into the core of Mother Earth. Deep, deep, deep into the core of this beautiful pool of light that you're seated upon. Always, never not. Allow the light to be reflected back up towards where you're seated, into your entire being. Right now you are being surrounded by pure light. Allow yourself to bring the light in and out. This great toric field as you inhale from outside into the belly, exhaling down into earth, hitting ground up. The light rises back up, all the way out in this giant donut shape. And then you're inhaling it back down through your crown of the head, down through the central channel. And exhale back down into the ground, into the pool of light beneath you. Inhale back out into the belly and exhale up through the channel, up the spine, up through the crown, into the cosmos, hitting the limitless space beyond. And back down, inhale. Open your body, open your body. You can even follow the motion of my arms if it really serves you to do so. And back down. And one more time, inhale. All the way up into the belly and exhale out through the skull, the crown of your head. Up this channel and down back into the channel, through the crown, through the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, into the belly, and then placing one hand on top of another around your lower dantian, below the navel. Place your mind here in this center of this elixir field. As you place your mind here, the light of the field continues to expand. Allow the channel within you to become so enlivened. A great celebration. The real you, the true you, the one who is limitless. Allow her or him or them to be awakened, to be enlivening your physical body. Bowing your head. Allow the back of your neck to be exposed towards the sky. There may be some sensation around the back of your heart, and that is perfect. There may be some sensation around the navel area of the lower dantian, and that is perfect. And perhaps even some sensation around your third eye, and that is perfect. Allow this recalibration to happen. For the more you surrender to this, the more you're able to become more conscious, heightening your consciousness to the truth of who you are, which is cosmic, infinite, primordial. And now slowly placing your hands into a prayer position right around the heart space. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Let's just take a moment here. Feel into your body. Feel into the meridians. Something is coming alive. A fluidity that is moving through you. That is flowing through you. You may feel it in the center of your body or around the circumference of it. Allow your body to open. Allow yourself to feel what liberation feels like. From the tailbone, we are opening the vertebrae one after another. So sinking the tailbone down, sink the chi. Allow your legs to be heavy. And then slowly rising from the end of the tailbone up, opening the vertebrae one after another with your mind. There need not be a lot of movements. However, this is a powerful energy shift. And we're moving with the mind, training the mind to focus upon what is true. That which is so much bigger than what it likes to think it knows. And so this is a powerful practice to open yourself up into powerful integration, to be the embodied wisdom that you truly are, to move past your mind's tendency to play safe and small. So open the vertebrae one after another now. As you open the vertebrae at the very bottom of your spine, allow your sacrum to open to the left and right. Like a magic cave, you're giving the password to open it all up. Open the hip joints. Allow the vertebrae to open up. Let there be space in between. The mysterious pearl of the way around the back of your navel, lumbar spine opening one vertebrae after another, up to the bigger vertebrae beneath the chest. Open that with your mind. Continue to go up behind the chest, each rib cage going left and right as you open the vertebrae up. Allow your rib cage to expand, so much so that your shoulder joints are released. Open your shoulder joints so that you can feel your chi moving through from the heart into the length of your arms and into the center of your palm and into your fingertips. Let your fingertips go really long. Release the muscles in your arms. Let your vertebrae rise, continue to open up the rib cage, each rib cage opening left and right, shoulder blades opening to the left and right, shoulders opening to the left and right. Neck is becoming long, as though there is a thread that holds the crown upward. Neck is coming up, opening the vertebrae here one after another. Let your head be so loose now, as though it's dangling from the sky above. Let the crown be extraordinarily open. And then slowly come back into this space. Bring into your entire being the sensation of liberation. What does it feel like to be in liberation? What does liberation feel like for you in your body? Bring that up now. Your mind is free. Surrender to the feeling of liberation completely. Your mind has stepped out of its way to allow you, the soul, to be free completely to create from this 0 point fear, where it feels like there's nothing because there is everything. Please have a beautiful moment as you receive in silence this bowl of tea into your heart. Trust that you are drinking this in. It is all energetic as we weave these threads of energy together. From my bowl to yours, the entire universe is contained in this bowl of tea. As we awaken tea spirit, as we drink in tea spirit, you become tea and tea becomes you. Simply allow yourself to sink into this sensation Allow tea to bring you deeper into the sensation of liberation. For all of us are all there is. Fragments containing the whole of the divine. Pure harmony, tranquility, purity, and reverence, calm joy. Deep in this place, here right now, you know that the truth of the matter is that you are timeless, you are infinite, shedding away any belief or conditioning that has allowed you to believe that you must do to be worthy of love, that you must do more and more, scale more, acquire more, achieve more, to be acknowledged, to be paid well. All the other words swirling from the external into the internal, and yet here you are, seated as the divine that you are. Completely feeling the truth that you are infinite potential. Feeling the truth that you are worthy of receiving, and all that's really required is for you to allow yourself to receive. Feel into your body any sense that a contraction may arise when I said that. Feel into your body expansion when I said that. A sense of relief, a sense of release. Know that inner joy, inner peace is always here. It's a vibration that underscores every single thing that you are experiencing. It isn't acquired from something else. It's not an exchange. It is always present. If we deeply listen to this vibration, this tone, and attune ourselves to that, and allow ourselves to become the vessel to express that vibration, we are literally creating from this vibration of calm, peace and joy, shifting our field very quickly to see our reality reflecting that. because you are the reality. You are your reality. Allow your heart to open even more to drink in this another bowl of tea. Because the tea will purify you, cleansing away and opening up your body, opening up your mind to receive the power of the cosmos, the chi of the cosmos. Today we're here very present, and some of you may not even have tea with you physically, but once you learn to receive the transmission that I'm pulling from the field and moving through you, right here, right now, you will feel the difference. You will feel the liberation. Allow yourself to drop deeper, even deeper than the heart. Allow yourself to move downward into the core of your being. Open the solar plexus. Go deeper into the belly. And receive T's transmission. T Spirit's transmission is very unique to each one of you. Go to the depth of your feelings, any emotions that are arising, thoughts. Go to the depth of it and allow it to unfold from there. And this is something we go deeper in my mentorship spaces, of course. Absolutely here to support your unfolding deeper and deeper and deeper. All right. So how is everyone feeling? Let me know. And of course, this is a two-way conversation. So if there's anything that's coming up for you, please feel free to share. Please feel free to ask questions, comment, and then we can go in from there. Everyone feeling? Lynn is saying happy, at ease, peace, confident, beautiful. So one of the things that I really wanted to come on here to share a little bit about is the sensation of liberation. And this, oh, Amy, beautiful. Amy saying fantastic. I love that. And thank you for staying on. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for allowing what needs to arise, because a lot of times the truth of the matter is that so many of us are in a contracted state without even realizing it. And sometimes what happens is that when we are not actively practicing the openness of our body and our mind and our spirit, what happens is that once you open a part of your body, another part closes. And this is very reflective of the very conditioned mind that thinks that, well, when one thing is going well, then another will fall apart, right? I mean, who here has ever, who still holds this belief maybe, or has had that belief, which you know that ultimately is not true, it's not the truth. And Margaret, thank you so much, Margaret, saying beautiful words and felt very calming. So just letting everyone know, I am running this live session here on Insight Timer and also on Instagram, because Instagram stores replays. But if you need to run, you know where to get the entire replay, because today I really want to drop a lot of value and share this practice, which is of course something we go so deeply into. We literally had, I don't know, half an hour doing that, and you already feel what you're feeling. What we want to do is really to open your body in a way where your entire body is continuously opened and calm and expansive. Yes, because that is what your natural state is meant to be. You know, a lot of people think that the natural state is to always be in a worry state, or worrying and anxiety and all of that. But the truth is that we're meant to live with a very beautiful vibration of inner peace and joy all the time. And when we start to practice in this way, we start to understand that these things have always been internally within us. It's never something that is required to be given to us from the external. And when we practice, and this is something I go deeply into in my mentorship, is that in a way you start to realize that even the external is a reflection of your internal landscape. And that is where we become fully embodied as the creator of our reality. And this isn't to say that we will be, manically controlling our reality, like, oh, it has to look this way, it has to be that time. It's not that. It's literally the sense of knowing that at every point I get to choose what frequency I want to embody, what choice I desire to take here. And as you embody the frequency of love, of joy and peace, every choice you make in life is going to resonate with that, right? So it doesn't matter to you anymore what other people think about you. It's always, you start to internalize, you literally internalize the knowing that this has always been within me, this has always been me. And this goes with everything. It goes with, if you are looking at love, relationships, it goes with health, it goes with wealth, it goes with everything. And one of the things I've been really inspired and honored and in awe of was, and is actually, witnessing in the women that I call my clients, really coming forward, knowing what it truly means to be sovereign, what it truly means to be liberated, what it truly means to not take to heart what others think of them and say of them, and actually find true joy and pride in creation, true joy and pride in calmness and peace, and the emptiness that comes with really emptying our minds, emptying our hearts, and seating ourselves in a place where we're no longer afraid of that moment where, you may feel like, I'm going to lose everything if I went deeper into this, because you will. If you are attuned spiritually, there will come a moment, and this is something that very few people understand, and this is why a lot of people leave the spiritual world at one point, because they're so fearful that they will lose some part of themselves that they're so used to. that they think is good, and therefore they hold on to it. If anyone feels that way here, of course, please feel free to share. We can go deeper into that together, and know that this is a safe space, whatever you are sharing, of course. And what I want to what I really want to say is that it really is a place where, to go deeper, you must be willing to surrender to what is calling you forth. What is calling you forward may not look like what you think it will look like. And that willingness to surrender really is a beautiful feeling, and also at the same time can feel really terrifying, because it may look like everything is falling away. It may look like the thing that you really want is not coming forward, and yet there is something else calling you. And there is that choice point at that point. For the well-versed, for the ones who are in self-mastery, you know that that is the point where you're being asked to surrender deeper into your divinity. Because whatever that is truly divinely led is going to exceed the expectations of your logical mind. But if you lead with your logical mind, you are never going to step fully into what you're here for. Your soul chose to come here for. Because the mind likes to know. The mind wants to play safe because it wants to know everything and wants to see everything is guaranteed in the way it's going to be like, and that's it. And the mind tends to have a lot of excuses for not doing the thing that is truly here for you to do, or here for you to embody, here for you to experience. And that thing could be standing right in front of you, and yet you cannot find your way through because the mind is obscuring your view. This is why when we drop into the tea space, which is where I'm at today, and I offered a bowl of tea to clarify your mind, to purify your mind, to bring forward at least an ounce of that diamond clarity, because ultimately we want to cultivate the diamond mind, the diamond body. But what we want is really to open our sacred eyes. Opening our sacred eyes means that we see everything as the sacred, no exceptions. We see in the mountains, we see in the rivers, we see in the lakes, we see it in the snowflakes, we see it in the chaos of the traffic jam, we see it in the dishes that we have to wash, we see it in an argument, we see our reflection in the other person who is hurting us. And this is a very deep conversation, and I don't think this is a place we can really go into, because it does take a lot of unique openness and perspective, of course, in mentorship to do so, which I've done with a lot of my clients. But ultimately we want to become truly mastered and masters of our destiny. And that destiny is completely your free will as what you want to make of it. This is the exciting thing, because as the fractal of the divine, there is no one controlling how you are going to make of this life. Because the divine dreamt you into this existence so that the divine can experience life through you. All of us, no exceptions. And to experience life, the divine gifted us free will. Whether you call it the divine, the universe, or I like to call Tao, or God even, that is the mystery, the mysterious life force, the mysterious essence that as practitioners, healers, people who are walking the spiritual path, we must surrender to. And not because we want to get something out of it, but literally just simply because we know it's existent, and we are here to be humbled in its existence, to be humbled enough to say, my mind is not who I am. To be humble enough to say, my mind is a tool. Yes, because a lot of us think that the mind is who we are. How many of us are swamped with thoughts, and how many of us actually realize that the thoughts are always on repetition? They are actually old thoughts that we had, even the ones who don't serve us. Paul is asking, I think, is total acceptance not being passive? If it's passive, is it going to happen anyway? I love this. So let's dive into this. Total acceptance to me is to be in flow with what's happening. The best metaphor I can give you is when it's the morning and the sun is coming up, you're not going to say that it's nighttime, right? You're not going to say, well, it's the sun is rising, but you are saying, well, it's nighttime, good night. I know some people are nocturnal people, which means, to be honest, to me, I feel that that is what's happening so much with the world that is creating even more mental chaos and health problems, because we're not creating a good ecosystem for ourselves to work with how the organs function, how our meridians function naturally, right? So that's why we see a lot of health problems and mental health issues coming up. And a lot of us don't even realize that. Sometimes we think that, oh, we have to create such a big movement or big change so that we can live healthier or happier or whatever. But literally, it can be picking up a practice that stills the mind, and meditation is non-negotiable. Meditation is life. Zen is life. Zen isn't going to a temple and standing in a temple. Zen is a way of life. Just like Cha Dao, which is tea, what I wanted to bring forward to you today, she, as the tea spirit, really moves through us with so much love and grace and compassion that when we start to experience tea this way, something awakens in us. It's that awareness of the divinity that we are. And as a way of life, the way of tea as a way of life, the Tao of tea, or Cha Dao as a way of living, really literally brings so much truth of how we are the sacred luxury that we've been seeking for. And this is how we live in acceptance of what is. Doesn't mean that you allow someone to bully you. It doesn't mean that you don't say anything. It doesn't mean that you play that passive-aggressive game, right? So many of us have learned that as a defensive mechanism, which only continues to self-harm us in the long run. What total acceptance means is that now I can see it for what it is. I recognize the issue, and now I am going to start to unattach myself from that situation emotionally, so that I can come from a neutral place and see that everything is happening for me, through me, as me. Sounds hard for some of you, and it sounds hard only because it sounds new, but it is what it's always been about. This is what life has always been about, because remember this, you are a fractal of the divine. What that means is that you are the divinity in human form. You're meant to live a limitless life. You're meant to continuously expand, just as the cosmos is continuously expanding. If we look into traditional Chinese medicine, the Neijing Shuwen, there is evidence, and there is, since time memorial, time, antiquity time, that all of our meridians, the physical body, reflects the constellations, reflects the cosmos. Every finger corresponds to a planet. How is that possible? Every layer corresponds to a cosmic depth. There is no coincidence. when we start to recognize that, and this is something I always say, don't take my word for it, come and experience it. Experience it in the ceremony, because in ceremony, something opens up when we are in this beautiful ritual of honoring nature. When we honor nature, we are honoring our true nature, which is at one and never separate from nature. Has never been. And yet we think, if you look in my background, it's like you see buildings everywhere and you see the concrete jungle, and we tend to separate ourselves from what is truly natural. And what is truly natural is literally acceptance. It's one and the same. So I hope it answered your question, Paul. Another thing I want to share, which I find really so powerfully transformational for me and my clients as well, is that, and it liberated me big time, is that when we come into a spiritual practice with an intention of gaining something, for example, it can be as simple as, I want to meditate so that I will manifest $1 million. What happens in that intention, when that intention is set, what happens is that you are beginning to separate yourself from what is true. You're separating yourself from the infinite, the true infinite quantum field, the divine source, Tao, universe, whatever you want to call it. You're seeing yourself as a separate thing from that. So it is very powerful when we start to really allow ourselves to open our sacred eyes to really see what games the mind likes to play, the illusions that it comes up with. And it's a high game, it's a high level game. And this high level game is something I recognize that, oh my gosh, like in a ceremonial space where we truly commune with nature through every bowl of tea and every ceremonial movements that we dance with the cosmos, ancestors, and the divine within us, we start to really realize this through our own experience. Because it's not something I can give to you. I can say it, but your mind will start to heckle up, right? It'll be like, oh, she's just saying that, or whatever. Like, so many questions. So many questions tend to melt in the presence of the divinity that is you. And that divinity needs to be allowed to arise. And it can only arise in profound stillness, deep meditation. And this is why I don't shy away from talking about deepening your practice, because ultimately you're not here to stay on the surface game, right? I mean, who's ready to go deeper? Let me know, right? We're not here to play on the surface game of just meditating so that I will stop my mind from chattering. Like, these are very, very surface things that marketing or whatever has pulled you in to explore, and that's all good, that's amazing. But I'm here to really open your mind up to deeper elements and higher frequencies, because where we are heading right now in this beautiful age of Aquarius is true innovation. It's true creation, pure creation that literally jumps timelines, literally collapses time and space, literally is going to unveil the truth of who we are, that is so much more than this human living day-to-day thinking that this is it. We're ready to really, we've been ready for a long time. And Paul is saying, yes, I'm so ready now. Yes. We've been ready for a long time. What is happening that I'm witnessing is that a lot of people are questioning, like, how is that going to happen? Why do I feel like I'm coming back and forth? Why is it happening for them, not me? And this is the illusion that tends to come across as failure or not enoughness or imposter syndrome and all of that. And here I am telling you that it's literally so simple. It's so simple. And the more I do this work, and I've been doing this for a couple of years now, the more I feel like the only thing I ever want to do that feels true to me is to continue to strip down, to purify, to strip down all the untruths, all the things that we thought mattered, so that finally our light body, our diamond mind can be unveiled. And if you ask me, what would love to do, I can see it in the field already, is that I will be sitting on the mountaintop with all of you sharing tea. And you will understand from drinking the tea what I'm saying, what I'm sharing. Because it is a transmission that even words cannot express. It's a depth that literally goes to the depth of your soul. And through beautiful tea, we can go into the depth of our feelings, our senses, our thoughts, our emotions, and start to unpeel ourselves from the charge that those things hold, and come into this profound cosmic vortex of stillness where we literally can see with our sacred eyes. That to me is liberation. I have a beautiful woman in my mentorship space who said, it feels like I don't have any more like urgent questions, because it's like, I don't feel like I need to stretch every penny I spent, because I know I am so abundant that when the lesson is ready to arise, it will arise. And that is exactly it. That is exactly it. And when that moment comes, we know that it's time to cast our ship out and sail with the wind. Where the wind is blowing, we're going with it. And victory is at hand. Because we knew from the start, we studied the course of the wind, we studied how to flow. And that is the state of what we call wu wei, non-doing. We're not controlling the wind, we're not controlling the sail, we're not controlling the driver, we're not doing any of that. We're literally coming from a place of mastery because we have studied the flow of the wind. We have studied, we've understood how to play in the field. We've studied and understood and anchored in so deeply this knowing of who we are, and then we ripple out from there. Because if you don't know who you are, everything will feel like chaos. Because someone's going to say that you're this, and then someone's going to say you're that, and I found that the only way that I know, the only way I found my truth, the only way I can tell you is that it was through many silent hours, communing with spirit, communing through tea. I've had many lifetimes serving tea. And honestly, this is such a powerful way of being with the Divine Feminine and learning to lead from that place where I'm not arrogant, so arrogant that I don't hear spirit. I am willing to be led by spirit, and I'm here to lead as well. This is the sacred union of the masculine and the feminine, the sacred union of the Tai Chi symbol, yin and yang, where everything exists. And this is the same for you as well. Yeah, you want to start to develop that crystalline body where your body feels more open, it feels more receptive, your mind feels like almost like a cloud walker, literally, because now you are anchored so deeply into the earth, the divine feminine, that is earthbound, that is yin, right? And you have the openness to receive the vision, the yang energy that is streaming through you all the time, that has never been away. It's always here. But a lot of times what happens is that most people are operating from the upper body up, and there is nothing down here to anchor in. And what that looks like is you have a vision, and then you start to panic, and you start to think, oh my gosh, that's not for me, and you play small, like, you know, you want to travel the world, but how am I going to do that? Yada, 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 yada. So you want to be able to train the mind to become what it truly is, which is a super conscious mind. It is required in this entirety of who you are. It is part of your wholeness. Let's make no mistake. I'm not putting the blame game on it. I'm not saying let's plunder it, let's kill it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying we are here to embrace the mind instead of being the one run by the mind. We're here to take back the Mother Divine seat and call the mind back into our embrace as who we are. Because the more we have our internal conflict of like, oh, it's the mind's fault, I can't deal with it, I'm not strong enough, and we have this internal conflict going on where the energy is leaking towards, where instead the energy could be used to create, then our entire life is just going to be wasted on that. And I think it's safe to say that most people waste their entire life fighting this mental incoherence and fighting that expansive energy that is yearning to come through, and trying to suppress it, trying to ignore it. It's like, it's too scary, too much, not going to deal with it. And then eventually what happens is you are on your deathbed and you realize, everything that I just said is true. And we don't want that. We don't need that. We're in an incredible age where we can truly shift into that like this. We can. And it's a way of living. It's not something you do to get something. This is why I'm really calling you forward to invite you into truly living a life in ceremony, in every way, in every moment. It's so beautiful, and I would never choose otherwise. Doesn't mean that I don't feel anger, doesn't mean I don't get upset. But these things don't affect me because the vibration of inner peace and joy is always there, is constant. To really recognize that this is happening for me, and allow that to unfold, because it's happening through me, as me, always as the fractal of the divine. You showing up here today is a fractal of me. You sharing what you're sharing is also a fractal of me. Thank you, Margaret. Does that make sense? Like, how's everyone feeling? Because I want to take this deeper. I want to really extend this experience to all of you, and coming right up very soon, and do send me a message if you are interested in this. I am going to be offering a beautiful experience where we could literally have luxurious spaciousness in between our lives, our daily lives, to be, simply to be. No expectations, no pressure to speak, no pressure to do anything. Literally to be, to allow this awakening, allow this subtle essence to become more potent and more available and apparent to you. Yes, it is a cosmic puzzle, because it is a cosmic, almost like I can see it like fractals just infinite hologram. It's like a hologram. All our ancestors living through us as we speak, and all the future generation are going to live us through them. This is how powerful this is going to be. And so if you're interested in joining that experience, and the link will be available very soon, drop me a message and then we can send that to you very soon. The first round will be complimentary, so you can experience this for yourself. One of the other things that I do have as well is a beautiful collective where you can experience the tea that I work with. The tea itself is what we call indigenous ancestral tea leaves. So these trees are from ancestral lands themselves, and they are known as living tea. And living in this sense means that they are biochemical free, they are fertilizer free, and the land is irrigation free as well. And so they are trees, literally trees that can go from hundreds to thousands of years old, and they are processed by artisanal farmers who really care for the tree. There are so much culture embedded in this, so much beautiful ritual and ceremony embedded in the farming, in the honoring of these trees, that we are going back in time even before these people arrived and called the trees the ancestors. We're going back in time into a place where the sea of trees are just completely silent, and there's no name for these trees yet, no name for the leaves yet. And then connecting with that primal one, the primordial state of the earth and the cosmos, truly can bring forth such a powerful sensation in your body. And oh my goodness, I just had a beautiful ceremony in Milan a couple of weeks ago where everyone felt the presence of the divine feminine. They felt the presence without me having to say anything. And the tea went so deep. It was a 70s show pour, and coming from it must have been at least 300-year-old trees. That felt so potent, so real for each one of them who was there, and they received the transmission very uniquely to them. Some saw colors, some felt the presence of their mothers, and so much more. And this is a place that literally is my honor to host and hold. And like I said at the beginning of this live, all I really would love to do is to invite you up to the mountaintop and sit with me and share tea, because the experience itself is going to be your ultimate quantum shift, portal, healing, whatever that you're looking for, it's there. But first you've got to open up to receive, and that's why bringing forward my experience from training in the Shaolin Temple, working with bioenergetic teachers, working with tea masters themselves, and working with Qigong and traditional Chinese medicine, the elements, and the 5 spirits even. We can really open your physical body, to fully receive the cosmic wisdom that is wanting to stream through you, really, literally. And you're just standing in the way of it. You as in your mind, okay? Let's do it that way. Oh, thank you, Ella. Nice to see you too. Thank you. I'm just sitting in the dark because the storm is coming and I'm just so unfiltered. There's no light here. I'm in Malaysia right now, but I'm usually in Scotland, in Edinburgh. And for some of you, if you're interested to do things in person, you're absolutely so welcome to message me, because I do retreats, ceremonies all around the world. If you want to invite me over, let's talk about it, let's chat. And if you're in Edinburgh and you want to book in a bespoke tea ceremony, you're so welcome to do so as well. So it's a powerful moment for all of us, when we are able to fully anchor into the truth of who we are, as the divine, as the divinity, without that like without intellectualizing it. This is the danger of spirituality that I personally experience, and I can speak from the heart, is that I thought I got it until I realized that no, I didn't. And it's a feeling when you get it. It's truly a beautiful feeling of neutrality. It's a perfect feeling of, wow, like this is how it feels like. Because even as I watch things burn down, as I watch myself feeling like one part of my mind is going like, I feel like I need to quit. I want to quit this. How many times have I said that, my mind? And still feel that part of me, the divine in me, emanating that light of love and joy and calm. That's when I knew what it meant to be fully embodied as a divine, having a human experience. I used to say that a lot, but I realized that I said that from an intellectual information gathering stage, which a lot of us do. We can talk about the divine feminine all day long, but embodiment is the key. Embodiment is really the key. If you find yourself still doubting, still feeling like maybe I should do more of that, or maybe I should do this or do that, and I'm here to tell you that really what you really need is to embody, to find a master, to find a mentor, someone who really can help you to embody the essence that you are, because nobody can replace that. Nobody can emulate that. If you feel that I see this often as well, where someone stole my idea or someone copied the way I wrote this thing, but like, really though, if you are triggered by that, if you have a charge around that, then there is some part of you that doesn't realize that you are an embodiment of the divine, and no one can take your place. No one can ever copy you. Yeah, this is something I experienced myself personally, that I truly have found with every experience. If you know human design, I'm a 4/6, so as a line 6, everything that I teach, everything I mentor about, everything I talk about, everything I realize has to be experienced. So I can't run from it. But it's something I realized that, oh wow, like I am at the stage where I have no fear now of completely stripping away what I have built and rebuilding something completely new. And that is a lot of people's fear, right? The loss of identity, like who am I? And yet the truth of being fully zen and in a state of flow is to have no fear of losing your identity, because when you empty something new is going to flow in. And sometimes that new thing is actually the true essence that wants to flow in, not that thing that you're holding on to, that is actually giving you maybe 10% of your truth, or maybe none at all. And you're holding on to it because society said that it's valuable, and you in your heart of hearts know that it's not. Yeah, a lot of ego play there. And so when we come into a practice like Cha Dao, we can really strip away the ego and hear the truth and see the truth through sacred eyes, sacred ears. And that's when we can start to play as the divine creator. Yeah, that's when we can truly live, and it doesn't take ages. Trust me, it doesn't take ages. However, again, as I have said at the beginning of this conversation, it's not something you do to get something, because that is always short term. We are here for it, that truth. That's it. And there will come a time when you'll be asked to surrender into that truth even deeper. And that's when you know that this is the truth. There's no running away from it. And when you are at that point, you are already in mastery. And so you know that everything's happening for me, as me, through me. And so let's do this. Let's go deeper. And to hear all these things, to see it for what it is, truly comes with profound stillness. comes with a meditative mind, comes with a mind that can cut through the BS like a sharp sword. Because you are the one, and you're the only one who can give light to the shadows. Your shadows are here for your mastery. They're not working against you. Remember this. Alright, my loves, big hugs. I feel like that is the perfect ending to today's conversation. If you're an Insight Timer and you wish to donate, I'm so thankful for you, because that really keeps things going, and it really makes me feel so happy to keep doing this as well. It just inspires me to know that you found this valuable. And for the ones on Instagram, thank you for joining me as well. You know, if you are interested in joining the upcoming experience that I spoke about, is going to be called All There Is. So stay tuned on my social media, and if you join my email, you will get a notification on that as well. So any questions, just drop me a DM. I'm happy to serve you in any way possible. And if you want to experience the tea ceremony, the best place to start is Tea Mystic Collective. It's cancel anytime, so you can come in. If you don't love it, you can always go out after a month. Yes, so I have a feeling you will stay forever, but I just wanted to say that for anyone who wishes to try that out and is curious. So all my love to all of you. Stay tuned. Lots of big changes are coming to me and my brand. I'm just so excited to bring this forward to all of you. All right. Bye.